We didn't start the fire. It was... No, wait, I did. I did start the fire. Pew pew! Hey everybody. So last week was 4th of July weekend, and that got me thinking. There was a time where I wasn't allowed to touch matches or lighters or anything because I was infatuated with fire. So last week when I was on the ranch, I sat down with Dad and had him tell the story of how I burnt down the shed, I guess is the easiest way to say it. So here it is.
Well, first of all, you were a good kid. And if there's ever an issue, if there's ever anything that me and your mother worried about, it was you going to prison for arson. Ever since we can remember, you've been infatuated with fire. And it really came to light when, I don't remember how old you were, somewhere between 5 and 6, 7 maybe. I had a metal shed out back, and I'd been doing some work around the yard and everything, and I get ready to go in the house, and I heard you in the shed, and I asked what you were doing. Nothing, I'm not doing anything. I said, well, get out of there. There's nothing in there for you. And pretty soon I'm back outside and I'm doing some stuff, and I hear you in the shed still. So I get down, I start walking, I said, Mitchell, what are you doing? And you stick your little head out, and well, so it was you had your crew cut, and you stuck that little bald head out, and you looked at me, and you looked back in, and then you come back out, and you ran past me as I'm walking toward the shed. And I don't know where you went. You just zipped on by me, running 100 miles an hour. And when I looked in the shed, it's full of smoke. And I can see where there's sticks been on fire, there's been a lighter lit. The freezer we kept in the shed had black on the side. I had a fluorescent light, and it was singed. The floor was still smoking where you burn it. What you had was a candle, and you were melting wax. You were lighting sticks on fire in the shed. And so I walked to the house, because it didn't look like it was going to be nothing major, and put the fires out, and it started smoking really bad. And I opened the back door and I yelled for your mother. She says, what do you want? I'm busy. And I says, no, I need you to come here. She says, what do you want? I'm busy. I says, Mitchell just set the shed on fire. And so when she gets over there and looks, the smoke's pouring out of the shed. Of course, the fire is basically out. It's just smoking down. And she says, what are we going to do? I says, it's up to you. I says, he knows he's not supposed to play the fire, because we've had to get after him when we burn trash. We live in a rural area. Instead of having a ton of trash for the trash man to pick up once a week, we burn a lot of the burning stuff, branches and stuff like that from the trees and everything. And every time we burn trash or burn brush or anything, he's over there by it. So she says, we got to find him. I says, well, he went that way. He might be in the house. So she's looking all in the house. And on a side note, we were supposed to go to my mother's house and pick up turkeys. We raised poultry, and I was supposed to pick up some turkeys, and he was really looking forward to going to get those turkeys. And, well, she couldn't find him in the house, and she's yelling for him outside, and he just won't come. So I had an idea on how to get him there. I yelled, I says, Mitchell, I says, I'm going to go to Grandma's now, I'm going to pick up them turkeys. If you want to go with me, you better hurry up and get over here. And never did see him. So I start my truck up, and I'm backing up, and Carol comes running the door and asking what I'm doing. And I told her I was going to go get the turkeys. And she says, not until we find Mitchell. I can't find him, he's run off. And I says, don't worry about Mitchell. I says, I'm going to get these turkeys. And I back up a little bit more, and out of a rear view mirror across the street, across the road, behind some bushes, I see that little bald head poke up. So I stopped the truck, put her back and forward, pulled back in the driveway, and I says, I found him, and she said, where? And I says, he's across the street behind them bushes. And so Carol goes out to the front yard and say, Mitchell, get here, get over here now. Mitchell raises up behind the bush and says, no, you're going to paint me. And she says, you bet we are. Says, you get over here now, we told you not to play a fire. No, you're going to paint me. And so she goes stomping across the front yard, gets to the edge of the road. You spring up to all your up on your feet, you turn around, you start running. Carol starts walking towards you, and she's headed toward, you're headed toward Monroe County. You're headed dead east. And she's walking right through that high weeds and everything after you. You're doing pretty good, but you veer to the left. And then you come to a fence, and then you veer to the left again. And I'm standing on the front deck watching, and you go across the, it was Mom's coming here, you go here, she goes this way, you go this way, and she's coming back. And you cross the road, and I look, and I watch you running toward the back, and Carol's exhausted. She's madder than a hornet. She's mad at me because I didn't chase after you. And she says, do something with him. I says, okay. So I get down from the deck, and I'm walking around back. He returned to the scene of the crime. There he is in the shed, and I says, Mitchell, you know you're not supposed to play with fire. He says, don't paint me. So on the way out there, I found a switch, a little stick, tore all the leaves off of it, and it was green. And I had it, and I says, I'm going to give you 6 swats. And you bawling, don't pay me, please, don't pay me. And I grabbed your hands, and it looked like a water skier. You had your feet out, and I'm pulling you, and you're screaming and hollering the whole way, and I get you out of the shed, and I says, I got to spank you, Mitchell. We told you not to play with fire. You could have hurt yourself and burned down the shed. And you said, no, don't pay me. Please don't pay me. Don't pay me. I'll do anything. Just don't pay me. Do anything. I says, okay, Mitchell. I won't spank you, but we're going to take some of your toys. We're going to throw them away. Oh, Dad, no, don't throw my toys away. Don't do anything. Don't throw my toys away. Don't throw my toys away. I says, all right, it's one or the other. Well, no, I don't want that. So I went ahead, I pulled you out, and I raised that switch up. And before I could bring it down, you fall to the ground like somebody had shot you, and you start screaming. I hadn't even touched you. By this time, it's getting comical. Your mom's mad, but she's laughing the way you're acting. So I roll you over, and I did. I gave you 6 pretty good swats. And you roll over and say, keep me. And I put my hand on your chest. I says, shut up and breathe. I says, you're done. I don't want to see you play with any more matches. Well, that didn't go very far because he's been playing with matches ever since. But we are thankful he's never been put in jail for arson.
I just remember you trying to hit me with the switch and saying, your name's Toby, boy.
That's the story on you and your pyromaniac tendencies.
There you have it. Thanks for watching. This is video number 2. I'm hoping that every week, probably around Monday or so, I will put out a new video and see where it goes from there. Please feel free to subscribe, comment, follow me on Twitter, all those fun things to do. I know it's rough cut right now, but I'm trying to tighten down all the screws and make it better, so please, feedback is amazing.